Hi everyone, so today I thought I'd do a video about Big Muck Out, which I do on a weekly basis. I just have time to skip out daily, and I did a video about that last week. So this is the main steps I take on a Saturday morning where I clear out the stables. So obviously first of all I've skipped out, and the next stage I go through is to remove any waste hay. Basil does waste quite a bit of hay. He's not very good at eating it off the floor. Even when his hay nets are completely empty in the morning, he will still have a little pile of hay on the floor. Because it's wet hay, unfortunately I can't reuse it, so it does get thrown away. But I do that on a weekly basis. So I'm just going through the corner, sorting through the shavings and making sure I don't waste any shavings, but also getting rid of all the waste hay that Basil has decided is not nice enough to eat. It is quite fiddly, but I do think it's worthwhile, as it does allow me to save a lot more shavings than if I just forked it all out. So then I'm just going to sweep out any bits remaining, sweeping all the nice shavings back into the bed and sweeping out any of the left bits of hay. To the next stage, I go round the stable. Daisy's come in to help. She enjoys that on a Saturday morning. If it's sunny, she comes to help. Her tail in the corner there. The next stage I go through is scraping all the nice clean shavings off the top of the bed. Because the wet shavings, so where the horses pee, is at the bottom, I try and save as many shavings as possible by firstly scraping them off with a fork and then using a brush to brush any remaining dry shavings away so that I don't waste any. The more you can save, the nice and thicker the bed stays, and the less money you have to spend on nice new fluffy shavings. So I just go through it really quite systematically, and then I'm just scooping out all the wet shavings with my nice light plastic shovel and my very dirty wheelbarrow. Usually take not quite a whole barrow full out of Basil's on a weekly basis. It doesn't produce a huge amount. It's just manageable, I think, on a weekly basis to take a barrow of wet shavings out. And as you can see, because the shovel's plastic and it's light, I can hold it with just the one hand. Just tidying up the last few little bits of wet shavings from the middle there. Okay, now I'm going back round and putting all the dry shavings back down. I'm not able to leave the stable up on a weekly basis to dry out, so every now and again I do that and disinfect it as well. So I'm going round just quickly, pushing all the nice shavings into the middle, and then now I'm turning over the banks. Now in Basil's stable, he often accumulates extra shavings around the banks during the week, so I just return those to the middle of the bed. And I'm turning it all over, making sure there's no wet or mouldy shavings under the banks. Now because I've had Basil for a while now, and I've mucked out every week for many years, I know that he doesn't have any wet shavings around the bank area. I know exactly where his wet shavings are on a weekly basis, so it does make it much easier. So once I've gone round all the banks, I'm turning the fork upside down and just rebuilding them by pushing some shavings back up the wall. And I go all the way around doing that. And then I'm going to go back and level out the middle of the stable, so making it all level, making sure it's all of a similar depth, so there's no bits where Basil's standing directly on the floor. It means it's nice and warm, dry and cosy for him when he comes in. So then, as I said, on a weekly basis, I've taken a week's worth of wet shavings out, so that's a barrow full, so I'm giving him a new bag of shavings to replace the ones we've taken out. It's quite compressed bales, they are quite heavy, so you certainly develop some muscles and use up some calories when doing this on a weekly basis. So I'm just going around and spreading all the clean shavings, new shavings, across the top of the bed. And there we are, all finished. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and thanks for watching.